down. So again, just sit in a comfortable sitting position. See, I have all the strings planned, and now I'm a little like offset because of the circumstances, but okay, we can always start going back into the breath and settling down. So from that place, make yourself comfortable and, sit in a comfortable position, crisscross, legs straight, however you wish. And just pause for a second and try to give yourself a moment to feel present. And the easiest way to do it is through the breath. So let's take a deep breath in through your nose. And I want you to hold the breath on top for 2 and 1. And exhale through the mouth, let it go. As we inhale, I want you to feel how the spine lengthens from your tailbone. Good, reaching through the crown of your head towards the ceiling and slowly out through the mouth. Good, and then I'm not a big supporter of maintaining like rigid movements. So as we breathe, right, as you're getting this breath nice and fluid, you can start bringing some movement. Nice, Julia, I can see you. Here we go, just nice and slowly. Unwinding your sideways. I'm getting text messages, but I can't help it. And we're going to take this to the other side. Okay, awesome. Very good. So let yourself know that everything is okay, regardless of anything that has been happening before you arrived into the mat. There is 10% of life you can't control. There's nothing you can do about that. It is what it is. Things happen, like even today before the class, we had some the technical difficulties. It is what it is. But there's very optimistic 90% of left, which is how you react to it, right? So we can get upset, we can like, okay, my day was ruined, my class was ruined. So use this generous piece of your pie to deepen your breath, to move into a physical and mental state that you desire to be, okay? So it's very important, like we have a choice, okay? Because you have the power to create it. So from that place, we're going to start moving. Let's start by coming into stand. We're going to stand in front of your mat. And let's start with a few roll downs. So just take a moment to feel your feet rooted into the ground, into the mat. We inhale fully. And as you exhale, slowly scooping your tongue, let's take a nice fold. And as you fold forward, just allow your upper body to fully relax. By the way, I just realized that I forgot to have a microphone. Oh well. We inhale at the bottom and slowly unfold yourself, restacking your spine. I hope everyone can hear me. I'm going to try to speak a little louder. We inhale and exhale, relax the back of your neck and just allow the head to be nice and heavy. And we dive forward. And maybe you can even your fold. And now pulling the abdominals up towards the spine. Slowly unfold, unfold, unfold. And one more, please. We inhale. And we exhale. Let's dive lower. Good. So now we're going to stay in your fold. And from here, we're going to start walking your hands into your plank. And just take a moment. Feel how, every single inch of your body starts waking up. You can always modify by dropping your knees. We breathe in, we draw our heart forward, and slowly scooping your tummy. Let's shift your hips back and sink into down stretch. And just take a moment, you can pedal through the feet. So at this point, it's just do what feels good, right? You can just bend one knee as you swell your tailbone from left and right. Good, and now walk your hands towards your feet. Slowly, using the abdominals, unfold yourself as you stand nice and tall. We inhale. And exhale, dive down. And again, let's walk. We're going to hold your plank for a second. And now your heart and your tailbone should be in straight line. Let's shift slightly forward. Just come onto your toes and shift back onto your heels. Right? So my hips are not spiking. Shift back onto your heels. And one more. So remember, 10% is your plank, 90% is your attitude. One more. Exhale, scoop your tummy and shift your hips back. And again, just pedal your feet. Sway your tailbone from left and right. Good, and slowly walk your hands towards your feet. Nice and slowly restocking your spine. I'm going to turn to you for a second. We're going to take a nice lateral stretch. So we're going to reach your arms up and over. And let's reach one of your wrists and we're going to take a nice lateral stretch. Good, we pull to the center and let's go to the other side. And now finding ragdoll. So keeping your knees softly bent, you can just sway your elbows from left and right. Feel how the back of your legs are opening. Good, and from here we're going to transition onto the mat, coming to tabletop position. Spread your fingers firmly into the mat. Knees are aligned with your sit bones. And as you press firmly into the floor, into your mat, around your back. So draw the abdominals in. Keep your arms straight as you drop your tailbone and lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Very good. We round our back and slowly lower, right? So the tummy stretches. Inhale, pulling in. And exhale, just feel how your collarbone's opening, draw your heart forward. Maybe if you come across a tight spine, just pause for a second, take a breath or two, and just continue. And we're going to progress with the movement. So if the movement is too challenging for you, we will progress gradually. Make sure you modify this to your needs. So starting with your left leg, let's straighten your leg and just take a moment, make sure the hips are nice and square. And it's not just an extension, it's a length, right? So just extend your leg and just energetically put a little more energy through your toes so you have a sensation that the leg is lifted and lengthening from your obliques, from your left oblique. So that's the sensation you want. Now slowly pull your knee into your nose and slowly extend, right? So just move like that. We're flexing our spine and extend. Nice, Julia. At least I can see you because there's a smaller class today. Good. Now hold this extension and we need to extend your right hand forward. So it's left leg, right arm. If this is too much for you, please modify. And slowly round your back. And extend. And we round. And extend. Let's move. One breath, one movement. Scooping your tummy. Dig your abdominals deep towards the spine. We inhale. We exhale. One more. Now hold this extension. Hips are square. Let's lift your leg and arm for 4. Lower to your starting position. And 3. Exhaling 2. Exhaling 1 more. Now hold this lift. I want you to reach your right hand onto the mat and keep your left lifted. Now, point your left toes and you're going to start drawing a rainbow, like a huge rainbow with your foot. So we tap your toes behind and we make a beautiful rainbow, like a Hawaiian rainbow, right? Slowly lift. Good. So as we make this half moon, right, half rainbow shape with your leg, again, just go for the length. So you feel that the movement is coming from your abdominals. 2 more. And 1 more. Now hold this extension. Now bend your left knee. Good. Dorsiflex your left foot. And begin to try to extend your heel to the ceiling. We extend for 8. And 7. And 6. And 5. Good work. 4. And 3. And 2. Now we hold the lift, right? Start feeling a little uncomfortable, bear with me. Powerfully extend, so straighten your knee, and we bend, and extend, and we bend. You can also come onto your forearms. If things become a little uncomfortable on your wrists, just breathe. Good, it's very important to keep your knee still. Don't drop your knee. 2 more. And 1 more, please. Now hold. I'm counting onto my hands and begin to add a little circles. Just 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Let's reverse. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Woo, great job. So open your knees for a second wide. Just a quick stretch into child's pose. Release your low back. Now draw your abdominals in and let's meet in a tabletop position. We have 1 more leg. So this one is going to go a little faster. So here we go. Powerfully straighten your leg and scoop your tongue. Draw the knee to your nose and extend. And we round and extend. And whenever you're ready, you can add the arm. We lengthen, we round, and we lengthen, and we round, and 4, rounding, and 3, exhale, 2, and exhale, and 1. Now hold this lift, and we lift simultaneously, arm and neck, and breathe. Send the energy through the leg and your left arm. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And we hold this lift. Let's release your left hand. Bend your right knee, excuse me. And we kick, right? So powerfully send your heel towards the ceiling. Lift. And lift. And lift. And lift. Nice and slow. So trust me, the less you move, the more it's painful, right? So you don't want to drop the knee too much. Here we go, just tiny lifts, 4 and 3 and 2. Lift, hold, straighten your leg and bend, extend and bend, and 4 and 3, almost there, and 2. And 1, and let's add the circles, right? So that's like a cherry on top for us. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and reverse. 4, and 3, and 2. Woo. And release. Amazing. Little release into child's pose. Round your back. You could bring a little circular motion to ease out your low back. So, right, whatever feels good. Nice. Very good. Okay, so from that place, let's transition onto your back. Align your heels with your sit bones and slowly extending your arms. Ooh, let's have your weights. See, I completely forgot. So if you have a weights handy, please grab them. I'm going to utilize them. Make your way onto your back. Yeah, and let's just grab them right away. I have 3 pounds, whatever you have available, that's totally fine. So try not to use too heavy Good. Okay, so here we go. Neutral pelvis. I want you to take a deep breath in, and slowly, by just slightly imprinting your pelvis and bone by bone, you're going to peel your hips up. Let's lift your arms up. Good. Feel the stretch of the front of your thighs, pressing forward. All corners of your feet are pressing the mat, and slowly ease out, right? So you're going to try to match the speed of your arms to the speed of your hips. We lift and we lower and we lift and lower and lift and lower. And let's try one more. Now hold this lift. Shift your weight to your left leg as you bring your right leg in a tabletop position. You got it? Okay, now micro bend your elbows. We begin to descend your hips down as you open your arms wide. And slowly scooping your tummy, lift. We lower. My right leg is absolutely still. Good, and we are feeling, it's a mutual experience. All of us are feeling probably the same thing. How you building the heat in your left glute, right? In your left outer hip. Last 4 and 3. Good, and 2 and 1. Now hold this lift. Let's add a little pulses if you can. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Let go of your right leg. Let's lift your hips. This is your stretch, right? Just try to stretch. And now right away, we're going to shift to your right leg. So we slowly lower, descending, and we lifting. We go down, 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 and we lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, down, lift, 4, lift, 3, lift, great job, 2, lift, 1, and again, just little pulses, up, and up, and up, tiny little butterflies, 4, 3, 2, lift, hold, and peel your spine all the way down. Good job, just take a moment. Feel the sensation you create in your body, right? How your glutes are feeling quite alive. Okay, amazing. Okay, well, let's continue. So I want you to turn your weights in a horizontal position as we bring your hips a little bit higher. Now we need to shift your weight to your left leg again and bring your right leg all the way towards the ceiling. And we need to try to lower for 2 counts. So there's the control within the movement. You lower, 2, 1 as I'm bending my elbows. And we lift for 2. Lower for 2. And we lift for 2. Down, lift, down. See, move with precision. As you can see, your right leg is still. It doesn't shake, it's not all over the place. It's just point, just see where your toes is pointing the ceiling. Good, aim in the same spot. 2 more, and 1. Hold this lift. Now keep your arms lifted. Just give me 4 tiny circles of your arms. And 3, and 2, and 1, and reverse. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lift, hold, release your right leg. Let's lift your hips for 1 more breath as you bring your left leg towards the ceiling. And again, we lower for 2. And we rise up for 2. Exhale, lift. Inhale, descend. Now, I have a 3 pounds weight. If you have a light weight like me, notice that my grip is just, I'm not really gripping too hard. There's a very soft grip. My fingers are relaxed for most of the part. 4 more. and 3. Exhaling 2. And just the little pulses. Here we go. Little pulses. Pulse and pulse. And 4 and 3 and 2. Lift, hold, and release your leg. Good. Take a nice stretch as you lift your hips even higher. You can even bring the arms up and over and roll your pelvis down as your arms go by your side. Again, just lift up, and we lower. 2 more. And down. And 1 more, please. Beautiful. And slowly descend. Good. Okay, so put your weights by your side. Just keep them handy. Good. Let's reach your arms up and overhead. Take a nice big stretch. Pressing your heels into the floor. Now, on your inhale, let's gaze at your feet. Look at your feet. And without using any momentum, scoop your tummy and slowly take a nice forward fold. Good, stay there. We breathe in. Now transition into roll down. Now scoop your tummy. Try to maintain posterior tilt, and then go into neutral. Very good. And slowly, with control, don't rush. Take a nice fold. Maybe you can go a little bit lower and roll yourself all the way down. And we're going to try 1 more, please. Here we go. Gaze forward. Roll it up, and slowly pull your knees into your chest. And you can give yourself a nice hug or just, adjust your pelvis. Whew, okay, perfect. So, separate your feet now, sit bones apart, and you're going to slide your hands under your knees and come into, again, slight posterior tilt. So scoop your tummy, balance on your tippy toes, or when you're ready, you're going to float your legs in a tabletop position. So we're going to try to keep your shins parallel to the floor. And at this moment, I'm using my arms to lift my spine. So just give yourself a little pull. And now round your back. So as much as you can, try to keep your legs still, lifting up, and we lower. Right? So I'm going to extension and flexion. And now that's another step. If you can, free your hands. Good, legs are still. Just move slowly. Gaze in one spot in front of you, steady breathing. And we breathe. And we lower. So knowing the fact that you're not going to be here forever, can we take 5 more breaths? We lift. That's it. And lift. Amazing. Lifting from your low back. We have 2 more. And 1 more. Now hold. Bring your hands behind your thighs. Pull yourself a little bit taller and release your legs to the ground. Very good. So scooch forward so we have a lot of space to roll down. Good. Reach your arms forward and nice and slowly take yourself all the way into your back. Keep your gaze steady between your thighs. Placing your hands on your shins. Again, use the strength of your arms to stay a little bit higher. Come up a little bit higher if you can. Very nice. Okay, now from here, your trunk stays still as you extend your arms and legs. We circle your arms and pull your knees back. We reach and we circle and extend and we circle and lift. Extend, excuse me, and scoop your tummy, pull. We reach and circle. 2 more. I'm teaching the class.
Can you add more?
One more, no. Straighten your left leg. And reach. And reach. Let's flex your feet. Flex. 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 Now bring your hands behind your head and add a rotation. You rotate. 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 And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Just give yourself a nice hug. Nice hug. Drop your head just for a couple breaths. Breath or 2. Now I want you to grab one of your hand weight. One of your hand weight. Now keeping your elbows wide. Straighten your legs. And we're going to curl your head and chest. Now if you have a sensitive neck, you can hold your weight with one hand and support your head. Or just keep your head down and you can just move your arms, bend and extend. That's also an option. So from that place, I want you to curl up super, super high and just release halfway. We lift, lower halfway, lift, lower halfway, lift, lower halfway, and 2. Good, and just give me one more now. Stay lifted. Add a little pulsation, and we pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Amazing. And 2, and 1, and we hold the lift, and slowly release. Oh, that hurts good, right? Okay, just keep breathing. Okay, now hold your weights in your left hand. As you support your head with your right hand, we're going to float your legs back in towards the ceiling. Your left elbow is going to be bent, and you bring your arm across and lower. We reach, lower. We reach, lower, and lift. And 2, and 1. Little pulses. Pulse and pulse. And 4, and 3, and 2, and lift and hold, and release. Okay, breathing, breathing. Right away, other side. And we lengthen. 2 more. Okay, now stay lifted, right? So this is the moment when you don't want to quit. That's where all the magic happens. 4, 3, 2, lift, hold, and release. Oh, good. Okay, let's place your weight for a second. And I'll take a nice seat, however you want to get there. Good. Okay, so sit comfortably. Let's grab our weights. Okay, if that's quite uncomfortable for you to sit with straight leg, you can just keep your knees softly bent. Otherwise, we're going to keep your legs fully extended. Okay, so your palms are facing the ceiling right now, and you're going to put a lot of effort to squeeze your buns, so lift through your lower back and extend your arms forward. Now hold this extension. Let's add a little circles. Little circles. Good. And now notice how hard it is to stay in this position because your lower back wants to hinge back, right? So just do your best, and we're going to add a 1 leg, and we alternate. Steady, calm breathing. And we circle your arms. Nice and smooth. Good. And your legs are marching. And they're marching. And continue. And continue. Good work. And 4. Nice, Candice. I can see you. 2. And 1. Let's reverse. Ooh, keep moving those legs. Smooth. Smooth. See, I have 3 pounds and I'm already dying. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Just bend for a second. This is your break. This is your break. Woo. powerfully extend. Now slowly scoop your tummy. We need to roll down halfway, arms open wide, hold, and slowly restart your back. And okay, roll it down, hold, and return. 2 more. And return. And just give me 1 more. Stay at the bottom. Open, close. Now, if this is too much for your hands, drop your weights, move your arms. Here we go. 5, 4. Ooh, I'm sweating. 3, and 2, and 1. Little pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, definitely arms hurting more than abs. Good job, right? So nice glow, sweaty. Okay, let's transition a little bit on to standing. So take a sip of water. I will have to take a sip of water. So cheers, everyone. Let's see. Okay, good. Okay, some people join. Here we go, animate. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, let's go. So grab your weights. Now, if you have 2 sets of weights, you can play with a little heavier right now, or just stay with what you have. Okay, so here we go. This is what we're going to do. We're going to stand up first. Well, maybe I can face you forward or face to the side. I think that's better. That's better view. And I want you to bring your feet together, knees together, and just squat down into, AKA chair pose from yoga, or so the alignment. So I want you to have your heels, the weight mostly on your heels, and there's a slight posterior tilt, right? So your tailbone is not facing back, it's actually facing south, facing the ground. Good. And now just start slowly by extending the arms towards the back. And I'm going to show you from the side. So the weights are in a horizontal position. They are not, it's not like a tricep. It's, they are just in this position. So let's take a moment to pull the shoulder blades together, hug your adductors, and we just lift and lift and lift. And as you see, we want to have this very small range of motion. We don't want to drop all the way down. We lift and you barely releasing. Lift and lift and lift and lift and lift. Right? So start feeling how the heat is building up. Good. And now slowly and surely, let's add a little circular motion. Little circles. Little circles. Good. Now, this is not easy, okay? This is an intensive work. So remember our commitment where we're talking about making sure that 90% of what's happening right now is the matter of your attitude, right? 10% is just only heavy weights, okay? And burning arms. Okay, so from that place, let's take 4 more breaths. And 3, and 2, and 1. Now let's reverse. And exhale, and exhale. There will be 4 more. And 3, who's with me? And 2, and 1. Hold and lift. Can we do little force pulses? 3, 2, 1. And release. Oh my gosh. Let's take a nice roll down. So the secret to lean and long muscles is those tiny repetitions, right? Small repetitions, a lot of repetitions, and a small range of motion. Okay, so we are now down, okay? So here we go. Just keep breathing, take a breath or 2. And now we're going to add a little leg movement. So I'm going to bend my left knee as I'm shifting my weight into the right leg. Okay, your elbows are bent. Now lift your left leg. So we're going to try to practice a little balance. And now from that place, I want you to slowly extend your left leg as you extend your arms. And you transition by bending the elbows and shifting into lounge, okay? Extend your arms back. So here we go. Hinging forward, let's extend, and we transition, and reach, and transition. Good, so you can move as slow as you wish. You can pick up a little faster pace. What does help is to keep your gaze steady on one spot. And reach. Good. Now, where should we feel that? Especially in your right leg, right? So your right outer hip starts screaming. Mine is already starts screaming. Good. Okay, now hold this. We're going to hold your weights together. I'm going to face you for a second. And we're going to make like a squat. So we're going to bring your knee behind and you lift and behind. Good, so we're adding a little more heat to the right hip. 2 more. Woo. Take a break. Take a break if you have to. I didn't say it's going to be easy class. And 1 more. Hold the squat. Just 4 pulses. And 3, and 2, and 1. Oh, okay, it hurts so good. Amazing. So shake it, shake it, shake it. Okay, let's don't analyze how hard it was. Just keep moving. Okay, so shift your weight to your left leg. Let's bring your right leg in the air. And again, simultaneously extend your arms and leg. And you transition into lounge. Just smooth transition, soft and smooth. And extend. And extend. And extend. Reach. Back. Extend. And back. Extend. 4 more. And 3. 2. Good. 1. Okay. Hold here. Hold it here. And we squat down. And we lift. And lift. Good. Bring across. And lift. Good job, everyone. Good. It's not an easy step. Okay, Candice, I can see you. Doing great. Across. Lift. Across. Okay, just give me 2 more. Woo. Little pulses, don't quit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Okay. Good burn, good burn. Okay, excellent. Okay, transition your weight onto the floor. Sip of water. Now, we have a lot of blood circulation in our legs and in our glutes. And I wanted to take this opportunity to do one more thing, okay? So follow me. You're going to transition all the way into your tummy, because you're just coming into like a modified plank pose, and just give yourself 4 counts to lower all the way onto your tummy. So here we go. 4, 3, nice shaky, 2, okay, and arrive into the mat. Very good. Now make yourself comfortable. Okay, and now I want you to stack 1 palm on top of the other. My feet, my legs actually are in external rotation, and they are like slightly apart, like a mat width apart. So here we go. You're going to rest your forehead onto your hands. Take a moment to send your tailbone towards your heels. Good, so we're going to start posterior tilt. I'm pressing my pubic bone firmly into the mat. And from that place, Powerfully engage your legs, okay? So send the energy through your toes. I just remember I don't have a mic, so I'm going to just keep my head lifted. And then now just lift your legs. And we control it down. Just a little lift and down. So as you're lifting, right, just maybe hold for a fraction of a second. And it's not like a drop. You are resisting, right? You're slowly letting go. And we lift. And we lower down. And we lift. And now glue your forehead into your hands. Good. And now you're going to lift your palms off the mat as you lift your legs. Give me a little back extension. And rest. The reason I want you to keep your forehead onto your hands because we don't want to use the neck, okay? So your head is resting on your hands. We lift and lower. Continue. And we lift. I'm seeing how you guys doing. And down. And again, a lift. And a lower. And now hold this lift. Keep your legs in the air. And just add a little scissors. You're going to use your adductors to open, close, open, close, open, close. You can drop your forehead if it's too much, but just put your whole awareness into your buns, the back of your legs, your hamstrings. Good. And just give me 10 more breaths. You can do it. 10 and 9 and 8 and 7, 6, tiny scissors, 5, 4, 3, 2, now stay lifted, lift your head up, head up, and release. Okay, side out, okay, good work everyone. Now, after so much back extensors, I want you to press your hands by your side and very slowly transition into child's pose. Right, or down stretch, or however you want to call it, just to ease out your low back. That's it. Right, and you can sway your hips from left and right. Just at this time, whatever feels good. What's really nice also to maybe just come into tabletop position and a few cats and cows. Okay, good work. Very, very nice. Amazing. Okay, so once I have you on your knees, okay, I want you to stay here for a second, or just a little bit longer, and then walk your hands forward. So as for those who know me, I'm a big fan of making small range of motion, a lot of pulsation. Just show you the alignment from the side, from the front, excuse me. So we need to come into a little push-up, like a tricep push-up. So make sure you're not going to bend your elbows wide, okay? That's a no-no, okay? You're going to wrap, good. You're going to activate those upper traps, good. Externally rotate your arms, and for those who knows yoga, those are called chaturanga arms, and you're going to micro bend your elbows and extend. That's it. Just micro bend and extend. And keep wrapping those arms, keep wrapping them. Okay, that's it. Just going to stay there. And you know, those things take time, right? You want intensity to, you know, just build up gradually. It's not a bend, it's a micro bend. Extend, micro bend, extend. And from that place, try to find the right intensity, the right muscles. Scooping your abdominals, okay? Make sure your tummy is supporting you. See, so I'm definitely start feeling that. Good, now if you come to the spoils, to the place where you start building a serious heat, you stay there and you add 20 more pulsation. Happy thoughts, guys. You can do it. We are halfway there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Good job. Very nice. Amazing, amazing. Child's pose, whatever feels good. You can shake your wrist. Okay, amazing. Good. Perfect. So now once we warm up, let's transition to forearm planks, okay? So for those who like, okay, have a good day, just go straight to plank. You can be on your hands. But for those who want to be a little easier onto your wrist, forearm planks. Now, there are different forearm planks. The arm position. This, when you turn your palms facing the ceiling, that's the most challenging position of your hands. Then the second is hands should be down, and the more support you will gain when you interlace your fingers. Okay, so you just take this from there. So whatever works for you, you're going to come into forearm plank. And now we don't want the hips to be high, right? So what you want to do, you want to draw your heart forward. So your hips and your heart are aligned. And you're just going to hang out there. And you just shift in a straight horizontal line, just gliding back and forth, right? And then just notice something on the floor, on your carpet. Good, like a little, I don't know, piece of fabric or like a little dirt. And then just start drawing your heart towards the spot. And you're there for 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Now this is your break. You need to walk your feet a little bit forward just to release your low back, okay? This is your break. If this is like unacceptable, drop onto your knees. And now from here, shifting to front plank, we're almost there. And now let's finish strong. And you bend and you extend. We are there for 5 more. And 4. And 3. 2. 1. Hold your plank. 5 breaths out of your day. You can do it. 4. 3. 2. Woo. And release. Okay. Drop your knees onto the mat. Wipe your sweat. Wipe your tears. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Beautiful work. Okay. So we're doing good with the time. Let's just look at the side body before we move the rest of the day. So cheers. Take a sip of water. Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to face you. You're going to lay down on your side. For those who have a wrist injuries or shoulders, please try to be extra cautious, modify by coming onto your forearm. And then we're going to start, the top leg is going to be come slightly forward. Actually, you know what? Let's start with that. I changed my plan. Okay, so here we go. Let's lay down and put your ear onto your bicep. Now, your feet coming slightly forward, okay? So you have to see them, you should see them. And the tailbone is sent to the front of the mat, in my case. Okay, the hand which is 3, you can place your hand onto your right in front of you, okay? So from that place, I want you to scoop your tummy, draw the abdominals in, and we lift both legs together. Just a little lift, nice, Julia. Now, if you want a little more challenge, try to extend your arm towards the ceiling. Good. And notice the sensation in your head. See how the head wants to help and elevate of your biceps. Keep it anchored, okay? The head is resting. Good. The movement starts from your obliques, right here. And lift. And lift. Yeah, that's definitely modified version, so whatever works. Give me 1 when I'll hold the lift. Just add a little tiny scissors. Good. Okay, here we go. Just stay with me for 4 and 3 and 2 And 1, keep your legs together, and 4 lifts, and we're done. 4, and 3, and 2. Give me the best one, lift and hold, lift and hold, lift and hold, and release. Beautiful work. Now, before we transition to the other side, come up onto your hips, okay? So again, before I change my mind, this is where we're heading, but you're going to come onto your forearms if you have to modify, or just keep your palm straight, your whole hand straight. Now, scoop your abdominals, so find a lot of buoyancy in your midline, and just lift your hips, right? Just don't overnight, just lift. And we're going to arch your back, arch your whole side away, and slowly bend your knees. I want you to descend, but don't touch the floor. Don't touch the floor. Don't touch your mat. And we rise up and lower. See, this beautiful expression. Just lifting, lifting, so liberating. Good. And one more. Now hold this place. The top leg, the front leg is going to transition back. And now I want you to lift your heart and reach your arm up and over. Just breathe. And 2, and 1, and slowly descend. How beautiful was that? Okay, we have one more side. Okay, so let's wrap it up. Okay, rest your ear on your biceps. Both legs are coming slightly forward. Just little lift, little lift. Interestingly, this side is a little harder for me, so I'm going to keep my hands forward, a little support, but you just, it's your practice, right? It's your Pilates, and you just do what works for you. And 4, challenge yourself, but listen to your body. And 2, and 1, oh, hold, just give me a little scissors. 4, 3, 2, hold the lift, and again, just lift, and 4, and 3, and 2, and lift and hold, and release. Okay, I hope I didn't miss anything. Come onto your forearms, or your whole palm. So let's align the legs. So the top leg is forward, the bottom slightly behind. Now when you sit and slouch like that, you're floating ribs, your whole rib cage is going with gravity. So before you elevate, you have to find more buoyancy by taking your ribs away from the ground. See? You're just going to feel so much more lightness in your body, and also you're going to help your pull wrist, okay? So the wrist doesn't have to bear so much weight. Okay, so here we go. You exhale fully, we inhale, and we reach. And again, lift your hips, lift, and lower. And again, lift. And by the way, Helen, welcome. Helen is joining us today all the way from Marrakesh, Morocco. So thank God for Zoom. Good, and internet. 2 more. And lift, and hold. Now bring your leg behind, and we lift your hips. Just lift, 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 lift. 3, 2, and release. Did we do the pulses? I don't know, did we do the pulses? I'm just going to do 2, just in case. You know me, I keep forgetting. And release. Okay, guys have a nice glow, I'm sure. Very, very good. And then from that place, you're going to transition all the way onto your back and just give yourself a nice hug. You deserved, you did so good today. You came to the mat, you had so many temptations, You could be all on the couch watching Netflix, right? But you decided to do something good for your body, so the body will thank you. So you can pat yourself on your shoulder. Good, wonderful. Let's take a nice supine twist. And notice just this beautiful sensation when you're so tired and your heart is spiking a little and beating, and it just feels so good to be alive, right? You just have the sensation of like accomplishment and huge gratitude for your body and what you just did, right? Some people out there have anxiety just thinking about touching the toes. So you did an amazing job today. You can do whatever feels good at this time, whatever feels good. Straighten your legs, maybe pull those hamstrings, point and flex. Happy baby, so now bend your knees and grab the inside edges of your feet. Rocking, keeping still. Just try to listen to your body, whatever body needs. You can try to straighten one leg and you bend and you alternate. Good. And you can bring the soles of your feet together or hugging knees, whatever feels good. Good, perfect. Very nice. And let's make your way sitting in a comfortable sitting position, whatever that means to you. So I applaud you for all the strength, all the effort you did today. Regarding the circumstances, whatever we had to go through before, we did it. So thank you so much. And again, thank you for all the effort you did for today. Let's hope it stays with you for the rest of the day. And please join us for next week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturday at 1 p.m. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. If you want to, if you consider donations, we do welcome them. You can Venmo at Anya/London. So that will help us continue those classes online. So thank you so much. Please share the comments with me through the chat. If you have any requests for the future classes, share them with me, okay?